This is an Excel data analysis of a client satisfaction survey at a psychiatric site. 25 persons responded. These were Likert scale, self-report, 1 being strongly disagree with the statement, 2 agree, 3 neutral, 4 agreeing with the statement, and 5 strongly agreeing with the statement. The first statement asks about the doctor's bedside manner. Was he courteous? Was he caring, etc.? And of the 25 respondents, the average came in at 4.81, the mean. So in other words, they all agreed or strongly agreed that the psychiatrist was courteous. The second column asks about wait time. Was the wait time satisfactory? And here we find the lowest answers. Not unusual for a doctor's office. With the average at 4.25. One person said that it wasn't applicable, the statement, and a couple answered 2, more than, I guess 3 people answered that they disagreed with the statement that the wait time was convenient for them. So that brought that average down to 4.25, but still fairly high because it came in above 4, which would mean the participants agreed with the statement. So there was some dissatisfaction there. The third column asks about the convenience of the appointment times that were available, and that came in at 4.68. So again, many of the participants strongly agreed with the statement that the appointment time was convenient. There were a couple that, or at least one, that disagreed, and 1 was neutral. And the others rated 4, which was they agreed that the appointment times offered were convenient. The fourth column, H, asking if the location of the doctor being available on campus was important to them or was convenient for them. And that got the highest rating at 4.96. So almost everyone strongly agreed that that was good for them, the convenience of the psychiatrist being on campus. The fifth column asked if the access of psychiatric services was important to their academic success. And again, that came in at 4.92, so pretty close to 5, pretty close to all 25 participants agreeing that that was really important to their success. And column J asked about the overall satisfaction with the physician, with the psychiatrist, and that came in at 4.8. There was 1 neutral answer. The second participant answered 3 on that, so that pulled that number down a bit. If we put all the numbers in value order to find the median, it's obviously 5. I mean, if we look at the columns, it's pretty clear that that's going to be 5. And the number that appears most often, in other words, the mode, again, is 5. Just looking at the columns, you could probably discern that. The distance from the average value is the variance, and you can see the greatest variance would be at column F, because that was the lowest score, because the median is 5, and that came in at 4.25, so the variance is at 1.82. So that's where you have the greatest variance. And then you have the least variance, where the average came in closest to the median, which is 5. So those were only slightly off at 0.04 and 0.07. If we look at the standard deviation, or how far the values are from the expectation, again, the standard deviation is going to be greatest in column F at 1.35. So that's the deviation from the mean, and the mean is 5, and that was at those answer averaged at 4.25. So we've got 1.35 as the standard deviation, and the smallest standard deviation again is going to be in columns H and I at 0.74 and 0.27. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about this. This was really good to learn how to do this in Excel, because I think I am going to be doing my internship with two psychologists who study sexual deviance. And so I think I'm going to be doing a lot of assessing, and I think I'm going to be working with numbers a lot, doing data analysis. And so it's wonderful to be able to do this in Excel, though we certainly learned how to do this by hand in Dr. Grote's class. So if I had to do something by hand, I could do that. Anyway, thank you for the opportunity. I hope I've given you the information that you want. And it's really good to take research methods for a second time, because it looks like in my practicum I'm going to be using it a lot. So thank you again.